Wow, I cannot believe that 2024 is almost officially over. We are just a few days away from 2025. I usually like to do a pretty chill New Year's Eve. You can catch us at home watching the countdown on TV, but I just could not let the new year start without trying out some new DIYs. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video. I wanted to try out some new IKEA hacks that are very approachable and also very on trend for 2025. So I'm gonna make some trend predictions for the new year. And these are all things that I'm just seeing and think will be big in the new year. But let me know in the comments what trends you guys think are going to explode next year. I would love to hear all about it. So sound off in the comments below. Without further ado, let's head to IKEA, let's do some shopping, and let's get started. All right, we are at IKEA. I can tell that it's very busy. It's a Saturday and I have to park pretty far from the entrance today. And I have to mention that this is most likely going to be the last time that we go to this IKEA, which is seriously so sad. I'm definitely going to miss living less than 10 minutes away from IKEA because it was so nice just to pop in and grab whatever I needed, because prior to this, I would always have to drive like 45 minutes plus to get to an IKEA. It's definitely sad because I feel like I've learned the whole floor plan of this IKEA and now we have to say goodbye to it. So let's go in for one last IKEA run. It's been a long day without you, my friend. This is gonna be the last time I work in this garage. We already started getting rid of some of the items. Like my wood organizer is gone and all of my lumber is pretty much gone too. We actually donated it to a family that needed it. So I'm so happy it's going to a good home, but it definitely feels very bittersweet. We're gonna jump into the first project, and I actually was supposed to start this yesterday, but I got really bad eye allergies again. And I remember I talked about this a couple of months ago and you guys gave me some really good tips on figuring out what could be the cause of my allergies. Yesterday I woke up and my eyes were swollen almost shut, so I could not do anything. I couldn't DIY and it couldn't work, so I was really mad at myself, and I do not want that to happen again. I really appreciate all the tips you guys give me, so I'm gonna go back to that video and reread all of your tips because I need to get to the bottom of this. I'm feeling so much better, so we're gonna jump into the first project. So I have been really loving the whole wavy and scallop trim still, and I feel like it's definitely becoming more and more popular now because I've been seeing it pop up in stores, so they are finally catching on to the wave. It just makes everything feel a lot more fun, and thinking about the projects that I want to make in the future, I definitely want them to scream fun and to scream whimsical. All year I've been searching for scalloped trim to buy in stores and I couldn't find any until a couple of weeks ago, so this makes me so excited because prior to this I could only find it online and the shipping times for it would be pretty long. So it's amazing that you can actually get this in stores and create whatever you want with it. So for this project, I'm actually using a spice rack from IKEA. This is a very popular item because it is quite inexpensive. It's only like $7, and I love that it's made of wood, so you can definitely customize this to whatever you want it to be. Like, I've seen people using this to display books or put it in the bathroom to put all of your little toiletries on top. So I definitely want to add more personality to this, and I actually want to try using this upside down, so then the little railing that's usually on top will be on the bottom, and then you can actually hang stuff down from it. So that is what we're gonna try today. Gonna go ahead and measure everything out and then cut the trim down to size. So I'm gonna mark the middle of one of these scallops so that I can match it with the middle of the shelf and then cut it that way. Otherwise, if you just cut off one end of it, you're gonna be left with this awkward cutoff here. So we definitely don't want that. So instead, we're gonna shift it over a little bit so that everything could stay nice and even on both ends. I've been reflecting on the past year and I feel like I've reached so many big milestones. I've accomplished so much in this year that I didn't think was possible. Like shooting a commercial, that was definitely not on my bingo card for this year. We also have reached 3 years of being full-time content creators, and we have been working our butts off to hit our savings goals because every single dollar matters, especially since we're still trying to figure out what our future looks like if we want to buy a home next year. And I know I've been hinting at a move that's happening pretty soon, so it is happening, and I will be going over everything in a future video, I promise. But no matter what your savings goals are, today's video sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. I've been a Rocket Money user for years now. It is an easy to use app that helps you save more and also manage your money better. And when it comes to our finances, Brian is usually the numbers crunchers guy. So for me, it helps me stay in the loop by seeing everything in one place so I can stay on top of it. And Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. One of my favorite features is under the recurring tab, where I can see all of my upcoming subscriptions. This is a great place just to keep an eye out on things and cancel any subscriptions that you're not using. I like to do this about once a quarter and do a little audit. In the past, I found subscriptions that I was not using for 4 months, so I immediately canceled it with just a couple of taps within the app, and that really saves a big chunk of money once you add it all up throughout the year. And just in canceled subscriptions, Rocket Money has helped customers save over $500 million. So if you haven't done this yet, I would highly recommend. I feel like now is definitely the best time to start taking control of your finances before the year ends. The app is free to download, and if you guys want to try it out, I will have all the info down in my description box. Ooh. Our trim is all cut out. It looks perfect, and I was thinking about staining or painting this, but I wanted to try something new. So wood burning has been on my DIY skills that I want to learn for the longest time. So before the year ends, I thought that I would just try it on a project like this. This is definitely manageable and not too intimidating, so we are gonna try it out. I have no idea how to use this thing. I bought a little kit. It came with a bunch of little tips. It also came with colored pencils and gloves and a bunch of little coasters that I'm going to test my design out on first. So we're going to give it a try. So I have this set to 400 degrees right now, so I hope that is enough, but let's try it out. I just realized how far back my hand is on this, so that's a little bit uncomfortable, but you just have to try and get used to it. Ooh. Oh, you don't have to put a lot of pressure. This is all I've done so far, so definitely need some practice. I put on a new tip and I feel like this is the one. It's giving me a lot thicker of a line. And after doing a couple of tests, I'm realizing how slow you have to work with this. So here are my first few tries using the different tips. And here is after about 30 minutes of practicing. So I feel like I got the hang of the lines a little bit better. So we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna draw a little bit of my design, but for the most part, this is gonna be freehand, which is quite scary because if you mess up, you can't really erase this. With the way that I like to draw, I felt like my hand was so awkward holding this, so that is definitely a big learning curve. And also this takes so much patience because you have to drag it really slowly in order for the pen to burn through as you draw. So this definitely took a really long time, even for this small piece of trim. But I tried my best with it. I had a lot of fun and I think it did turn out really nice in the end. In 2025, I want to be fearless when it comes to trying out new DIYs and crafts. I have so many things on my list that I've been wanting to try for years and I never get around to it. A couple of things I want to learn is to finally do some wheel throwing. I want to create my own dinnerware. I think that would be so much fun and also obviously a very big challenge. But I'm determined to make a mug so I can drink my morning tea out of it every morning. I also really want to learn how to make paper, which I know is kind of random, but as someone who loves stationery, I think that would be so fun to have my own paper that I've made with my own two hands. And I want to tuft a rug from start to finish. So hold me accountable, you guys. And if there's anything that you want to try out for next year, leave them in the comments so I can hold you accountable too, so we can stay inspired and get creative together. All right, so we're moving on to the next project, and this is actually a new frame at IKEA, and I think it is so good just as is. Again, we have the wavy trend here and also chrome. In case you haven't heard, chrome and silver finishes are back, and personally, I'm more of like a warmer metals type of person, but I definitely am warming up to chrome. If you're not ready to jump into chrome furniture or anything, I think that introducing a smaller piece like this would be perfect. And as soon as I saw this in the store, this disco mirror immediately popped up into my head. I feel like this would be the perfect base to create something like that. So that is what I'm gonna attempt today. And I also grabbed this really inexpensive mirror from IKEA. They had an even smaller one, but it wouldn't fit inside this frame. So we're gonna have to cut this down. I've actually have never cut glass or a mirror before, so we're gonna try that today. I am obviously very nervous because I only have one mirror. I honestly should have bought two of them so I can do like a test piece, but I don't, so we are just gonna go for it. I bought a glass cutting kit because I definitely want to cut more glass and mirror in the future. So I watched a bunch of tutorials and I think I have a good understanding of how to use this. So let's just go for it and see how it turns out. Okay, so I've marked it off now, and I think we're supposed to add some oil to the mirror just to prep it. And I basically got this little kit with everything you need. It has the oil, it has the actual mirror cutter, and then extra blades if you need it. And I also need glasses and gloves. That was probably too much. So this is what our glass cutter looks like. You basically just need to score it along the line and then it should give you a clean break. So that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, I'm so nervous. Did I do that right? Is that all I need to do? Okay, so in the picture, they put this underneath the mirror so that they could break it. Let's give it a try. Oh! Wait, that was so much easier than I thought it would be. The backside has a film on it, so we're gonna need to cut that off. Oh my gosh, we did it! Now we just have to do the other side. This part didn't come off as clean, so I'm gonna use a pair of pliers to break it off, and I think that should work. Please. Oh no. I cut off more than I was supposed to. Please let this still work. I have not lost hope though. Let's test this and make sure it still works. Okay, crisis averted. It is disco tile time! I'm so excited about this. I feel like disco tiles have definitely been having a moment for the past couple of years, and I think in 2025 it will still go on strong because when you see this hit the sunlight, it just looks so magical, which brings me back to my melting disco ball that I made a couple of years ago. I actually gave it to my parents, so they still have it. Growing up and still to this day, my parents are huge party animals. They throw parties probably at least once a month. So we grew up with a disco ball in our basement, and it was always so much fun just to turn it on whenever we wanted. And yeah, disco balls always will remind me of my parents. So this is gonna be a fun addition to our home. What's sad about our current apartment is that there is no direct sunlight. So this isn't going to shine as bright as it can, but I'm hoping that in our next place we will get some direct sunlight so this can live in its full glory. So what I'm doing first is just cutting these into little strips so that it's easier to work with. And when it comes to mirroring stuff, I don't like it to look like a sheet. Like you could easily just place this right on top and then just like cut off the edges. But I like when there's some variety in the placement of it so it doesn't look too flat and too perfect. So that's why I'm doing strips. And when we go to apply it, I'll probably only do a few at a time. And then probably for the edges, we'll just go along each of the curves. So that's kind of my game plan. I'm just gonna go with the flow, but I already know this is gonna take a little while because tiling something definitely takes a long time, and I always underestimate it. It's been about an hour. I'm over halfway done, but I actually am taking some of them off because I realized that my technique for this side looks a lot better than this side. I really thought I was gonna be able to cut off the excess tile, but that is just not happening. So rather than doing that, I'm just matching it along the edge, and I think it gives it a lot cleaner of a look. Something about me is that when I'm doing a project, I'm obviously looking really, really closely at it so I can see all of the imperfections. But realistically, you're not gonna look super close and notice all of the little gaps. So I'd rather have it look clean from further away. So I think that is actually a much better game plan. I'm going to continue doing this, and then where I actually need to fill it in, that is where I should be cutting it instead of every single little groove. These projects were so much fun to make, and I definitely learned a lot from both of them. And I know the style of them is completely different, so let me know in the comments which one you liked best. And if you haven't yet, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe below for new videos. I'm so excited for what's coming in the new year, so I hope you guys are ready. It has been such an amazing year hanging out with you guys and making all these videos and trying out so many new projects. I hope you have a very happy new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!